cute nails. That way I can go into summer with them. I just had my friend send me an inspo pic. Here is the inspo pic. I don't know if I'm gonna go directly with it, but I might change a few things because I just don't have like the rhinestones. And then I did order chrome, but it never showed up. So I think I'm gonna attempt to use this eyeshadow palette because it's got some pretty pinks in it to use like a pink chrome. Maybe we'll see how it goes. But as for my setup, I finally have a tripod, so this will make this a lot easier. I have my nightstand, and I put paper over it just so I didn't get anything on my nightstand. And then my phone, obviously, sitting on my nightstand. And then I have just this random trash bucket in case I need anything. I have my electric nail file, which I did order. I have this, and it has a bunch of my nail tools in it. And then I've got my nail polishes, which I really, really, really love these. These are really great. And then I have a water because I'm gonna need it. But let's get into it. I'm gonna start with nail prep and then go into the designs and stuff. And we'll see how long this takes me. It's currently, I just dropped my watch charger. It's currently 4:06. So we will see how long this takes me, because usually it takes me a good 4 to 5 hours. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so in order to prep my nails before I paint them, I grab my electric filer and I file down the surface of my nail beds, and then I dry them out with acetone just to get a lot of the dust off. I then go in with a hand file and just file the tips of my nails to get any kind of hangnails or uneven surfaces off. And then I go with a smaller drill bit and I go at my cuticles to expose them a little bit more. And then after I do this, I dry them off with acetone one more time just to, soften my cuticle. I push my cuticles back before ultimately grabbing my cuticle cutter and cutting off all of my excess cuticles. After that, my nail prep is complete. And so after I've completed my nail prep, I go on to acrylic and gel work. So that's finding the tips that fit my fingers and then cutting them. I like to cut them into just tips rather than full-size nails. I don't own any tips. That's why I cut them, but I pretty much just glue them down, cure them for like 5 seconds each, and make sure that they fit on there well. And I do this for every nail, and usually not my thumb, just because I do like that to be a little bit more easier to use and not have that tip on there, which makes it harder to do some things. But I went ahead and then put the acrylic gel on there, which is just gonna kind of smoothen out the surfaces of my nails. So what I did was I went and I put that acrylic gel on all of my nails. And then after this step, I'll cure the nails under the UV light. And then after that, because they are a little sticky, I like to wipe them off with a nail polish remover, and then I file those down just to make sure the apex of my nail is strong and everything's nice and even and smooth. And then I repeat that on the other hand, as well as hand filing everything. Now it's time to go in with a nail polish. And now that it is time to paint, I'd like to grab my nail file and just buff down that surface in order for the paint to take a little bit better. Okay, so I've done all the nail prep, and after I do this and I finally kind of do like a final file before I paint them, I like to go wash my hands just to get any excess like stickiness from the gel or just anything like that off my nails. So I'm gonna go wash my nails, and then I'm gonna go over kind of what I'm gonna be doing, and then we'll get into that. In this moment, I would like to do a time check, and it is currently 5:23, so it's been about an hour 30 worth of nail prep, which is already know that it's time for me to apply the polish. I'm just applying a top coat, which I'll cure with the UV light, and I will do that on both hands. And then after this, I'm going to apply the pink base coat polish, and I did this in 2 layers, which I'll show you in a second, but I like to go in with that tool that you just saw and just kind of clean up the edges. So this is coat 1, and then this is coat 2, which is usually what works best for my nail polishes. Alrighty, so I'm not gonna lie, low-key kind of rushed through it because I'm overdoing this, but I think the pink is super cute. I haven't added the chrome just yet, but I did just want to get on here and show that I painted them. So we're about to try to do the chrome and see if that works, and then we add the top coat and done. So fingers crossed that the chrome powder eyeshadow works. And also, literally while I'm doing this, I usually put on a TV show, and so I wanted to start Daisy Jones and the Six because I haven't seen it yet. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And that, I know I see all these videos all the time, they're like, oh, you finally found where trending audio is from. Daisy Jones and the Six has that audio. It's like, well, sure, a normal person probably would have let that go. And to see that put into context is hilarious because, like, yeah, she deserved to push that man in the pool. But I recommend it. It's really good. I'm gonna go out the chrome and I'll come back to you then. Alrighty, I have finished them. They turned out decent. I definitely rushed them a bit so they're not as smooth. And the eyeshadow was like separating the top coat, so I had to do like 6 top coats. So I probably won't be doing that again. But I think they turned out cute. I just kind of shaped them up with this again and just kind of like dug around my nail to get all like the really extra stuff off. And then I'm gonna go wash my hands one more time since I just did that. Just get all that powdery stuff off. But I think they turned out pretty cute. Definitely summer ready. It is currently 6:43, so it didn't take as long as I thought it would. It took about 3 hours, but that is also because I was doing something a little bit more simple. They really don't look anything like my friend's inspo picture, but that's okay. The thought was there. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'm so sorry that I have passively aggressively whispered at y'all for this. Hopefully I will get my voice back soon. But I'm gonna clean all of this up, edit this video, and have it uploaded for you guys as soon as possible, which tends to not be very soon, but I will have it